guys, today we're going to be doing some Shibori tie-dyeing. Shibori is a Japanese style of tie-dyeing. They typically use indigo to dye the fabric, but we're going to be using food coloring today because it's something that's readily available in a lot of kitchens. For our Shibori dyeing, you're going to need some supplies. First is something white to dye. I am going to be using some tea towels because I have lots of white tea towels. You could use a t-shirt or a pillowcase, either one's fine. Bella's really happy that we're dyeing today, tie-dyeing. And the first step is to mix some white vinegar and equal parts water too, and to soak your fabric in it for an hour. And while it's soaking, you can collect your other supplies. You're going to be doing the dyeing with actual food color today, so if you can collect some food coloring. And then you're also going to need a tube or a pipe. This is what we're going to wrap our fabric around, and it's going to give it a cool, like, striped effect. And then we're going to be dipping the dye in a vase if you have it, or you can also use a shallow pan and a cup to pour the dye over. Okay guys, I forgot to mention in my last video that you're going to need some twine or some yarn for this next step. So once your fabric is soaked for an hour in the vinegar, you're going to want to wring it out, and then we're going to start folding it to make our style of Shibori. Now the video I watched, she used a pillowcase and it turned out pretty cool, so I think something around the size of a pillowcase, or as I'm doing here, 4 small tea towels will work out good. Alright, so if you have small tea towels like I have, I'm overlapping them, so when I roll it up, it'll all stay together. But you could do this with a t-shirt or a pillowcase like I said. So you're going to start by rolling your fabric over your tube. I know not everyone has tubes, so like a broom handle would work really good here, or anything cylindrical. I also saw a video and some lady was using like a really big pipe, but I have an idea that the diameter of the pipe doesn't really matter. So you just need something circular. I'm trying to keep this kind of tight as I roll it. Okay, here we have it. In the next step, you're going to take some twine and wrap it around the entire thing. So just start with a small amount. I'm going to tie it around the tube itself so it'll stay in place as I'm wrapping it around the towels. Okay, there you have it. And then I'm going to tie it on this side of the tube, just like I did the other. Okay, so now that you have your fabric wrapped up like this, you're going to want to take it on the tube and squish it together. Woo! Be careful not to slide it off the tube like I just did. Get that back on there. Gotta really put some muscle into this part. Oh my gosh. The thickness of the towels is kind of hard to squish down, so thinner fabric will probably work better on this project. Okay, so you're kind of want it on one end so you can dip it into your vase, and that is the next step. So I will show you guys how to make dye. The recipe I found called for 8 drops per half a cup, and here I have a couple cups, so just gonna pour it in. So that means I need like roughly 34 drops. Okay, that was 30. And since I'm going for indigo, I'm gonna top it off with red just a little bit. So that was about 5 more drops. So there you have your dye. Pretty cool. Now remember, dye will stain things, so make sure you're not using like really nice kitchen utensils or nice baking ware that you don't want stained. Okay, and if that's mixed up, I'm gonna take my Shibori, just submerge it right in there. Okay, and I see right away that that is not enough dye, so. And it's not tall enough, so I might have to move to my baking pan method, which I will do outside, so I will see you in a few. I'm outside now. It's a little windy, so bear with me, but I've got my pan here, and I'm already getting a really nice blue, and I'm just going to take the rest of my dye and pour it all over. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, that is a good indigo color. Alright. Okay guys, I've got the camera propped up on a chair here so I can kind of show you my method I'm doing here. A little tricky. But I've just been doing this for a few minutes, making sure that all of my fabric is soaked with blue. And the next step, we're going to wrap our dye up in some plastic and let it sit for 24 hours. Okay guys, once you let your shirts or fabric drip dry, you're going to want to wrap it up in some plastic and just kind of seal it off. What I read is that you want to let it sit for at least 8 hours, but I usually just let it go overnight. And then you're going to want to take all the twine off, take your fabric off your pole, and rinse it in the sink or outside with a hose until the water running through it is mostly clear. It's probably going to be kind of grayish. And then you can pop them in your washing machine. I wouldn't wash them with anything else. And just kind of wash them in cold first and see how the colors stay. I will be doing that tomorrow, and I'm going to be posting my results for you guys. So I'm pretty excited. I hope this works, because if it works, I might not be buying fabric dye anymore because it's kind of expensive. When I was researching this project, I also found other ways that you can dye. I remember boiling onions was one that makes like a purple dye. I've seen people dye with coffee before, so there's other styles you can do, or other types of dye you can use. Also, I was thinking while I was wrapping the twine around my fabric, I should have wrapped it a little closer, because that's what the design is going to be. That's what's going to make the white stripes, kind of like these on my shirt. So, I don't know, I think I kind to space them out too far, but we're gonna see tomorrow. I'm excited to show you guys. So I'm gonna post this video today, and you guys can go and collect your supplies and let me know by Friday how it works out for you guys. Alright, I'll see you later.